Hey everyone at Liverpool Zone News! Blimey lads, strap yourselves in tight, because what I'm about to drop on your plates is the biggest bloody bombshell to hit the beautiful game since that mad night in Istanbul back in '05 when the Reds pulled off the impossible against the odds. I'm telling you, me voice is shaking like a leaf in a scouse gale right now. Urgent, breaking news! Alejandro Garnacho has only gone and ditched Chelsea in the dead of night, slithering away from Stamford Bridge like a ghost in the fog. And he sealed the deal with Liverpool in a twist so shocking, so mind-blowing, it's got the entire football world gasping for air. This ain't no rumour mill nonsense, oh no, this is concrete, this is happening right now, and it's changing the face of the Premier League forever. Picture this, secret meetings in dimly lit hotel rooms down in London, away from prying eyes, phones switched off, whispers echoing off the walls as agents huddle like they're plotting a heist bigger than the Great Train Robbery. Pressure from massive clubs, we're talking the likes of Real Madrid sniffing around with their billions, Manchester City lurking in the shadows with oil money burning a hole in their pockets, even PSG throwing in wild offers from Paris. But no, Garnacho's heart was set on the red half of Merseyside. And in a Revolta that's got jaws on the floor from Anfield to Buenos Aires, he's coming home to the cop. Let's wind the clock back just a tick, shan't we, to the nail-biting drama of the negotiation table, because this wasn't no straightforward handshake, lads. This was a proper thriller, a edge-of-your-seat saga that unfolded over weeks of cloak and dagger tactics. It all kicked off 3 months ago, hidden in the back rooms of a nondescript coffee in Manchester. Not even the bigwigs knew it first. Garnacho's camp, feeling the squeeze at Chelsea, where things were getting stale, like a pint left out too long. They reach out through back channels, a cryptic text here, a burner phone call there, slipping past the media vultures. Chelsea thought they had him locked down, but oh no, contractual loopholes, we're talking fine print smaller than a gnat's whisker, allowed for a free exit, no transfer fee. Came to us for absolutely gratis, lads. That's right, £0 out the door because of some dodgy clauses from his old United days that Chelsea never fully ironed out, leaving the door wide open for the Reds to swoop in like a hawk on a thermal. The salary? Blimey, it's a steal. A modest base at just £80,000 a week, peanuts compared to what he could have demanded elsewhere. Because the lad's all about the glory, the passion, the roar of the cop echoing in his ears like the ghosts of Adolos Antigos, such as Billy Liddell, that flying Scotsman who terrorised defences in the 50s with his blistering pace, or Ian Rush, the Welsh wizard who banged in goals for fun in the 80s, moustache twitching as he slotted home winner after winner. Garnacho's taken a pay cut to chase legends, to etch his name alongside those Anfield immortals. But hold your horses, there's more layers to this onion than a proper scouse stew. The contract, 5 years solid, till the summer of 2030, with an option for a 6th if he hits the heights we know he will. Bonuses, oh, they're stacked higher than the Shankly Tates. 5 million signing-on fee paid up front in a brown envelope, figuratively speaking, of course. 100,000 per goal scored in the league. Imagine that tally racking up. 50,000 for every assist. 1 million if we lift a Premier League trophy. Another 2 million for Champions League glory. And get this, a whopping 500,000 loyalty bonus each year he stays put. No itchy feet. Clauses, ironclad mates, a release clause set at 150 million to ward off poachers, but only activating after 2 seasons, giving us time to build a dynasty. Performance metas tied to minutes played, must hit 70% of available league games or the bonuses scale down, keeping him hungry like a wolf. and a special Anfield legacy clause where if he scores 20 plus goals in a season, he gets a personal tour of the trophy room with stories from the echoes of John Barnes, that dazzling dribbler from the late 80s who left fullbacks in knots with his silky skills and that unmistakable Brummie twang in interviews. But Garnacho's bringing that same flair with an Argentine twist. The tension though, Christ almighty, it was thicker than fog on the Mersey. Picture late night calls, voices hushed. Is it done? Not yet. Chelsea sniffing around the paperwork. Rival clubs applying pressure. Arsenal sending feelers with promises of London lights. Bayern Munich whispering about Bundesliga dominance. But Garnacho's agent, cool as a cucumber, shuttling between hideouts, one meeting in a Liverpool suburb under the cover of a fake business seminar. Another in a Chelsea car park at midnight, engines running to drown out the chatter. Leaks nearly blew it wide open, a dodgy tweet here, a tabloid hint there, but we dodged him like a Garnacho step-over. And the salary staying low, that's the masterstroke, lads. Came free on contractual technicalities, a loophole exploit that makes Chelsea look like right mugs, leaving their fans howling in the streets while we're popping champagne on Merseyside. This is bigger than when we snagged legends like Roger Hunt, the knight of the 60s, who netted 285 goals with that classic English grit, vice like gravel in post-match chats. Always, we fought hard, lads. Garnacho's echoing that spirit, but with South American fire. Now, let's dive deep into the legend of Alejandro Garnacho himself, because this ain't just a signing, this is important a phenomenon, a whirlwind that's been brewing since he was a nipper kicking a ball in the dusty streets of Madrid. Born on July 1, 2004 in the Spanish capital, but with Argentine blood pumping through his veins. Dual nationality, called up to the Albiceleste before he even hit 18. Started his journey at Atletico's academy, a wee lad with boots too big, dribbling past cones like they were statues, coaches whispering, this one's special from day one. At just 14, Manchester United scouts nabbed him in 2020 for a pittance, $420,000 development fee, and oh boy did he explode. Debut at 17 in April 2022, coming off against Chelsea of all teams. Ironic, innit? And from there it was fireworks. First goal a screamer against Real Sociedad in the Europa League, curling into the top bin like a young Cristiano, but with more flair, more audacity. Clubs he's graced, Atletico Youth, then United set up from under-18s up to the first team, where he racked up over 100 appearances before the shock move to Chelsea in a $60 million deal last summer. Thought that was his big break, but nah, it was just a pit stop. Titles with United, FA Cup in 2024, scoring in the final against City, that overhead kick that'll live forever in highlight reels. Carabao Cup in 2023, lifting it as a sub, and youth honours galore. FA Youth Cup winner in 2022, banging in 2 in the final. Prizes individual, United's Young Player of the Year twice, PFA Young Player nominee, and for Argentina, Under-20 South American Championship Golden Ball in 2023. National team, debut at 18 in June 2022 against Australia, subbed on, merely scored within minutes, full caps now pushing 15, goals in friendlies, part of the senior squad chasing more Copa America glory after the under-20 triumphs. Style of play, lads, Garnacho is a point with the ball, a left winger by trade, but versatile enough to slot right or even through the middle in a pinch. Think prime Robbie Fowler, that predatory scouser from the 90s with a scouse drawl in interviews. Just put it in the net, la. But Garnacho's got that explosive acceleration, hitting 35 kh sprints that leave defenders eating dust. Technically, silky touch, ambidextrous feet, left peg like a wand for crossing or shooting, right for the unexpected. dribbling in tight spaces, feints that bamboozle, stepovers borrowed from the Ronaldinho playbook, but executed with Garnacho's own swagger. Physically, 5'11", lean but wiry strong, aerial threat on crosses, remember that bicycle kick goal, leaps like a salmon, timing impeccable. Mentally, ice in the veins, thrives under pressure, big game player, scars in derbies, comebacks, but weaknesses, he's young, can be impulsive, dives into tackles a bit raw, decision-making sometimes rash leading to yellows, and defensively he tracks back but ain't no Cafu. Needs polishing, but that's where the Reds machine comes in. Comparisons? Blimey, he's got shades of Angel Di Maria in his prime, that angelic left foot carving up defences for Real and United, but with more goal threat like a baby Luis Suarez, biting at heels with relentless energy. Or even Kenny Dalglish, the king from the 70s and 80s, Scottish lint in his voice, but magic on the pitch, linking play with vision. Garnacho's got that eye for a killer pass too.